us he was on his lunch break when he saw the pileup happen. Take a listen. What was your initial thought when you saw it?
Somebody just died because there was a huge fireball that went up in the air when it happened.
CHP says 3 people died in the crash and that 4 people were sent to the hospital, 2 with major injuries. One man who was getting his flat tire fixed on the shoulder of the highway describes the moment he realized what happened.
We just heard like a big impact, a bunch of like collisions, and my instinct was just run away from the impact, and then I just saw that big red truck sliding in front, and it was in flames, and within seconds I was just in shock, and I ran away.
This is video we took on the 10 freeway a short time ago. CHP allowed us to get a closer look at that wreckage, and you could see the mangled up cars and debris scattered across the freeway. You also see the damage that was done to those semis. Now, investigators, they wrapped up taking the pictures they need to figure out, of course, what happened, what caused this crash. Now, they are starting to clean up the area, but again, there are still several big rigs here in that mangled up car, again, with 2 bodies inside. We're told the coroner's office is just minutes away now. They'll be coming on scene, and once that's taken care of, then they could start removing those big rigs in the car and then eventually open up the freeway. But again, if you are in this area, you're driving in Ontario, remember all westbound lanes are closed except for the fast track lane. They are keeping that one open to drivers. Back to you.
Jillian Smuggler, thank you. A Barstow father has pleaded not guilty to vehicular manslaughter charges in the death of his son. Brandon Padilla Aguilera and his 2-year-old son Xavier were inside their car when it was swept away by floodwaters last month. Padilla Aguilera was rescued. His son's body was found 20 hours later the next day.
He said, Mom, he said the car went in the water. He said, all I could do was think about my son. I grabbed my son. He goes, when I got out of the car, he goes, I don't know how to swim. He goes, and I lost my son.
A statement from Padilla Aguilera's family says, in part, we support Brandon fully. Our entire family knows he's an amazing father. He would never, ever hurt anyone. We love him and know he's innocent. The sheriff's department says the boy's cause of death was accidental drowning.
That investigation is underway in Fullerton after 4 people were found dead from an apparent drug overdose. Fullerton PD responded to the scene on Wilshire Avenue around 11 a.m. after a man reported his friends were unresponsive and not breathing. Police have yet to confirm a cause of death, but again, a drug overdose is suspected.
The owners of a metal recycling plant are ordered to pay $1.8 million in restitution for illegally disposing of hazardous waste next to Jordan High School in Watts. Atlas owners Gary Weisenberg and son Matthew received 2 years probation. School district officials fought Atlas for more than 7 years over claims of metal projectiles and metallic dust impacting students on campus. The judge also ordered the permanent closure of the facility and the site's cleanup.
L.A. City Attorney Heidi Feldstein Soto is asking city leaders for $250,000 in order to hire an outside law firm to aid the LAPD in a lawsuit brought by local journalists. In June, the LA Press Club and investigative reporting group Status Quo sued the department, alleging dozens of instances of excessive force against journalists during anti-ICE protests. The city council will need to approve the spending, though no vote has been scheduled.
Community activists speaking out after a suspected illegal immigrant was shot during a federal law enforcement traffic stop in South LA. A U.S. Marshal was also shot during the altercation and is hospitalized. Rachel Menitoff reports.
Hi, good evening. According to DHS, federal agents and U.S. Marshals were making an arrest here on East 40th Street. They say the suspect started ramming his car into their cars and tried to run away, and that's when one of their officers fired shots. However, this man's attorney says there isn't enough information about what transpired here, and he doesn't necessarily trust this account. A chaotic scene in South LA this morning. The U.S. Marshals assisting Immigration and Customs Enforcement in the arrest of a man when DHS says he rammed law enforcement vehicles while trying to flee. Residents say the man goes by Richard and considers himself a citizen journalist.
probably was on his way to work, and that's when you see in the video they rammed his car. So he's scared. He's like, what's going on?
DHS says it fired what it calls defensive shots on Richard, hitting him in the elbow. One officer was injured by a ricochet bullet. Both were taken to California Hospital and are expected to be okay. DHS says Richard had previously escaped from custody and was wanted for illegal entry. Richard's attorney, though, tells a very different story and says his client is very mild-mannered and has been recognized by the city for his activism.
We're not going to rely on what DHS says based on historical issues that we've had with them in their statements, but we're going to wait until we speak with him. That's why we're here. We're demanding that we speak with him.
And the FBI is out here investigating. LAPD is doing traffic control and wants to make clear it was not a part of this morning's operation. In South LA, I'm Rachel Menitoff, KTLA 5 News. Back to you.
LA Angels outfielder Mike Trout took the stand today in the wrongful death trial of pitcher Tyler Skaggs, giving emotional testimony about his friendship. Trout called Skaggs a brother and said he showed no signs of drug use. He also said he knew former Angels communications director Eric Kay had a drug issue and confronted him about it. Skaggs' widow is suing the Angels, claiming the team knew or should have known Kay was supplying drugs to team members, including Skaggs.
According to multiple reports, the Angels are set to hire former Major League catcher Kurt Suzuki as their next manager. The news comes after talks with former slugger Albert Pujols reportedly broke down in recent days. Suzuki spent 16 years as a Major League catcher, winning the 2019 World Series with the Nationals. Suzuki, however, does not have professional coaching experience. He has, however, spent the past 3 seasons as a special assistant to Angels GM Perry Manassian.
Well, as they say, these boots are made for walking, but how about cheering on the Dodgers in the World Series? Whether you're trying to get tickets or just watch the game on TV, you'll need your best Dodgers gear, and one super fan can help with that.
KTLA's Andy Rose Ramos has details from the Dodger house in Cerritos.
People come to see this house.
People come to this house, yes.
Off Deborah Lane in Cerritos is a home called the Dodger House.
Some people walk up here and take pictures with players. I've had people kissing players. So
This home belonging to Michelle Aguilar, a preschool teacher by day, but by night, Michelle taking us into her workshop where she is churning out Dodgers crafts.
get the pieces we need, and we're gonna glue them on the boots.
Turning pieces of jerseys into Dodger baseball boots. KTLA first bringing you Michelle's story during the World Series parade last year.
And they put me in these, and I want to bring in Michelle. You made these. I made them.
And once I seen them on your feet, it was like nonstop, like, what is going on?
Fans going wild, wanting a pair of the boots, including at KTLA.
I think we need a pair of those.
Yeah.
2 pairs. We need 2 pairs, Annie Rose.
Hoping boot sales will help Michelle start saving for World Series tickets, sure to be pricey.
Nosebleeds, 1,000, easy.
So you're resorting to selling your plasma.
Oh, absolutely.
How many times have you done that?
I've done it 2 times. 2 times already. Got a couple $100 out of it, but I've got like 5 more sessions to go to be able to afford a ticket.
And we're going to leave you with a look at the back of the boots because the back is just as wonderful as the front. Now, in order to get your order in, if you want a pair of these boots from Michelle, we have that info on our website, ktla.com. Reporting from Cerritos, Annie Rose Ramos, KTLA 5 News.
In New York City, Republican Curtis Sliwa says that under no circumstances will he exit the race for mayor, adding he plans to vote for himself when early voting begins this weekend. Pressure continues to mount on Sliwa to drop out and back Democrat-turned-independent Andrew Cuomo, all part of a last-ditch effort to blunt the momentum of frontrunner Zoran Mamdani.
A second summit between President Trump and Vladimir Putin that was set to take place in Hungary is off. This after a call between